We spoke about pink cocaine recently, and that seems to be one of the things that are mentioned in the Diddy case. And you've spoken about this on your channel. Now, I know you didn't go to any Diddy parties or anything of that sort, but you have talked about this overall case. And this case is a RICO, which is interesting to me because Diddy seems the only person that's actually charged. Can you charge a RICO with just one person?
It'd be really hard because, well, I guess not if they're charging him, but I guess you can. But, you know, you have to be part of a criminal enterprise, obviously. I don't know of anybody else, I'm not saying it's never happened, I don't know of anybody else that's been singularly charged with RICO without having any co-defendants.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm sure they know what they're doing with the statute.
I mean, what do you think about the whole Diddy case overall?
I think it's disgusting. You know, I can't help this, Vlad, but I always go back to my former life. And I say to myself, you know, how did they allow something like this to go on for 20 years? The only way they can allow it to go on for 20 years is that the right people are involved in it that can keep everybody else away, meaning the government, law enforcement. Because how do you let it go on? We couldn't last 5 minutes in something like this if they knew about it. We meaning me and my former associates, Cosa Nostra. And yet they get away with this garbage for 20 years, abusing women, abusing children. It's
the children part. There are civil lawsuits around it, but there's no criminal case around children.
I know,
Diddy.
But there's enough coming out, I mean, to saying that it really did occur. I mean, I've heard some inside things. I'm going to leave it at that because there's no sense in revealing something that was just told to me. Let's put it this way. But some of the things that I've heard that went on, how do you allow this to go on publicly like this for so many years?
Well, the trial hasn't happened yet. There's been no pleas.
Innocent until proven guilty, no doubt.
Innocent until proven guilty. I understand that Diddy was very sexually adventurous. You know, he liked to pleasure himself while his girlfriend, you know, had sex with other men. And there was drugs at these parties, which he took as well. Mm-hmm. You know, did he make other people take the drugs? I don't know.
It's the allegation.
That's the allegation. You know, I've been to enough Hollywood parties to know that no one makes you take drugs. You know, they make them available. If you want them, you could take them. If you don't want them, you don't have to take them. No one's shoving your face into a plate of cocaine. And, I mean, he's facing life in prison right now. He's charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping. He's pled not guilty to everything. Were you surprised that his bail has been denied 3 times?
No.
Why?
In a case like this that's so public, I mean, the big mistake was him, you know, smacking his girlfriend around in the hotel. I think
right, but that was past the statute of limitations. He's not being charged with that.
No. But I think public perception because of that happening.
Yeah. And
then everything. I mean, from what I understand, that's what stimulated the real, you know, stepping up the investigation on him.
Well, the lawsuit.
Yeah.
The Cassie lawsuit, when you saw those details, and then I've interviewed people like Roger Bonds who were named in the lawsuit, who's the bodyguard, and he confirmed that a lot of this stuff actually happened. The stuff that he was mentioning actually all happened. And yeah, I mean, like I said, law enforcement is reactive. Suddenly you have all of this publicity over these alleged crimes. The FBI is like, hey, wait a minute. Let's look into this a little more. Let's raid some homes. Let's get a grand jury together. Let's put together a case.
And that's what they did. And, you know, probably they, I mean, I think there's 2 reasons why they hold you without bail. Danger to community and flight risk. And they may see him as both.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a girl that was signed to him that he called 128 times before she made a public statement, which was on his behalf. So they see that as witness tampering.
Yeah.
That's something you can't do. Being, you know, witness tampering like Diddy or trying to be a flight risk like Lil Durk, booking a whole bunch of flights. Mm-hmm. You know, I think his lawyer, Durk's lawyer, says something like, he wasn't trying to flee. He just wanted to see if there was an indictment or not. So he booked a plane ticket just to test the waters.
Can't get out of that.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that. I mean, nobody's stupid. You know, like nobody's stupid in these situations.
And listen, you know, the guy's got a lot of money, and he, you know, if they think he has the potential to influence witnesses, you're not going to get bail on that.
I mean, have you seen actual witness tampering in the mafia?
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know of times when it could have happened, yeah.
That's why he was a Teflon Don. Because he kept beating cases, not because he was beating them, but because they were paying off jurors. I think Sammy the Bull was involved in some of those.
I think he said he did, yeah.
Yeah. So you got that. I mean, that's really blatant. But witness tampering in general is usually a little bit more subtle. If you got someone, they can potentially change their story or whatever else. They get paid under the table. I mean, would the mafia, would they actually pay off witnesses, or would they just get rid of witnesses?
No, I mean, listen, if the government has the ability to offer the world to somebody that would cooperate, why shouldn't a defendant go out and be able to speak to a witness and say, wait a second, you know, let's go over this. Let's talk about
Right,
this.
but that's illegal.
I know, but I'm saying, why should it be illegal? The government does it all the time. They give you the house. They give you anything you want. Just cooperate with us. And you know what? And don't think that people don't lie as a result of that.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. So what I'm saying is, it's one thing if there's a potential witness that's part of the discovery, and this witness is part of the discovery, and you're going there to get them to try to change their testimony, truthful testimony. But it's another thing if you're going, hey, why are you doing this to me? What did I ever do to you? And you have a conversation or whatever. You invite him into your lawyer's office. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, you have the right to defend yourself when you're indicted or charged.
Look, but we all know that the laws are not equal for the prosecution and the defense.
Of course not.
If you lie to a law enforcement person, that's perjury. You can go to jail for it.
If you lie and it doesn't help them. If you lie and it helps them, no problem.
Right. But you could be charged for perjury for lying about something, right? That's an actual criminal act.
Correct.
On the other side, though, when you're being interrogated, a police officer can meet with you and say, your co-defendant just told me that you were the trigger man and he's going to cooperate against you, and you have one chance to save yourself. Tell me everything. Mm-hmm. Knowing that your co-defendant hasn't said anything and asked for a lawyer. But they're legally allowed to lie to you to coerce a statement out of you. When you think, isn't that like a fruit from a poison tree, you know, kind of situation where you get someone to cooperate based on a lie? They're scared. They're worried about, I didn't do anything and this person's about to lie on me, so let me come up with something to get out of this. But no, whatever you say is now an official statement that can be used to indict you and them. But it's all based on a lie, and it's all totally legal.
Absolutely.
I hate that part of the law.
Well, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I know. And that's why I said, why shouldn't you be able to go to a witness and talk to him? Say, hey.
I agree.
I mean, you know, listen.
Well, you can. Well, I mean, but
you gotta be able to defend yourself.
Depose. Can't you depose a witness?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
And you could cross-examine a witness, so that's legal, but you're not allowed to talk to him beforehand.
That's what they say, and why not?
Yeah.
That's not witness tampering. If you're going to somebody and say, why are you saying this?